Yo, what's up, you guys? Alex with the bangers here today. I hope you guys are having a good ass day, and I hope you like today's video. If you do, please hit that like and subscribe button. Now let's get right into the story. Alright, so this story takes place when I was living in Mexico. I was 16 years old at the time, going through my little pothead phase. So, being a bored teenager on a weekend, I decided to hit up my friends to try to get some tree. I got no luck trying to get any. So I said, fuck it, I'll just walk to the park. I'll walk to El Centro, is what they call it, where everybody goes after school. Like, everybody links there. So as I was walking there, I run into one of my cousins. Now, this cousin is considered the black sheep of the family because all he does is drugs. But in reality, all he does is smoke weed, which isn't bad at all. But in Mexico, if you were to smoke weed, it's like frowned upon. Like, much worse than in the US, in my opinion. If you smoke in Mexico, it's like the lowest of the low, which I always thought was kind of dumb. There are like much worse drugs. But, anyways, I go up to him, I say, "What's up?" He says, "What's up?" back. Then he quickly tells me if I want to smoke with him. And I said, "Fuck, yes." That was my whole plan. So then we try to find a smoke spot, which turns out to be pretty hard because in Mexico, everybody walks around everywhere. It's hard to get privacy in the streets when you have a whole little town that most people don't have cars, and that's Mexico. But anyways, we couldn't find a spot, so we see this cemetery, and I look at my cousin, and he looks at me, and he's already thinking the same. So we both head towards the back of the cemetery where no one can see us, and the wall was pretty high, like so high that he had to help me like get on top of the wall. Once on top of the wall, I look down and I see this hole dug up, ready for a body to be placed in. And it kind of tripped me out, but other than that, we started walking around to find a place to roll the tree. We find like a stone bench and started rolling up. At this point, it's already like 11 o'clock and it's dark. The spooky vibes are starting to set in. I started getting a little scared. I kept looking around, and it felt like my mind was playing tricks on me since it was very dark at this point. So I stopped looking around and I just started looking at my iPod that I had at the time. Then my cousin starts lighting up. We smoke, the bud starts kicking in. We're almost done smoking. Then, as my cousin was hitting it one last time, we hear this little girl scream. And I remember thinking, like, that's so cliche. It's obviously just a girl playing around nearby. But you guys, this scream kept going for at least 1 minute. A normal girl's scream or anybody else's scream usually lasts like 5 to 10 seconds, let alone having like the lung capacity to scream that steadily for that long. When this scream kept going for that long, like like I felt the fear start to set in me, and mostly because the scream was so close to us that if we walked down a bit into the darkness, we would be able to see and find out what that scream was. But fuck that. Me and my cousin both looked at each other. We were scared. Like he was like his face was like he looked scared. He looked shook. And like we both looked at each other and said, "Let's get the fuck out of here quick." And he said, "Yeah, let's go." So I was so scared. I was trying to be like the first one to hop that wall. Like I didn't even need his help. I just fucking jumped that motherfucker. Then, because I didn't want to get left behind. As like we were both on top of the wall, like ready to jump off, my cousin, my cousin like has like this scared face, and he's like, "Look, look," and he's pointing at this grave site, and you can see like a dark figure next to it. I just glanced at it for like 3 seconds. I saw something dark, and like without thinking, I just jumped off and started dipping. I started running. I said, "Fuck all that." We ran all the way back to the park where we were safe again. And after that, I said bye to my cousin, went home. Then, shortly after this incident, like a couple days passed, and I'm at my tia's house, my aunt's house. I went with my mom to go visit her, and my tia starts telling us this story about how some little girl a month ago got lost in a cemetery, and how people were telling her stories about how they've been seeing a little girl walking at night in that area screaming and crying for someone to help her. When she said that, I quickly asked her, "What cemetery are you talking about?" And to my luck, it was that same one that I went to. After all this tripped me out really bad. I never wanted to go anywhere around that cemetery after that. I just started smoking at my crib, like at my rooftop at night instead. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of the story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, I would highly appreciate if you guys liked the video. Hope you guys are having a bomb ass day. Peace.